An Apology from Homeschool with Deadpool. On episode 6, titled Fun with Fractions Part 2, this man attempted to teach converting mixed fractions into improper fractions. He used the following example. However, if you look closely, you can see that the answer should be 29/8, not over 5. We are truly sorry for any distress this may have caused you and your loved ones.
Okay, hello class. Special hello to any of our international listeners. Hallo, willkommen in meiner Klasse. Yeah, see? I told you I was a cunning linguist. Just one announcement from Principal Reynolds today. Can you please make sure you're not using the photocopier for body parts? We certainly don't want a crack in it. So today we are finishing Fun with Fractions. Yeah, I thought you'd be excited. So let your chair meet your ass. It's time for math class. Okay, so let's look at adding and subtracting fractions. If you're not happy with basic fractions, go back and look at episodes 5 and 6. Okay, click maybe here or here, maybe here or over here. You know, just click somewhere. It'll take you there. Now, if we have two or more like fractions, then it's easy. Like fractions have the same denominator. So say we have 1/6 plus 2/6. Because the denominators are the same, it's easy. We just add the numerators. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1/6 plus 2/6 is 3/6. If we subtract, it's the same. Say we have 6/7 minus 2/7. Because the denominators are the same, the answer will be over 7. 6 take away 2 is 4. The tricky part is when we have unlike fractions. This is where they have different denominators. The first thing we then need to do is to get the denominators the same. We need to find the lowest common denominator. You know, like fart jokes. Who doesn't love a fart joke? Everybody loves fart jokes. Say we have 1/3 plus 1/4. We need to find the lowest number that both 3 and 4 go into. I told you about times tables all the way back in episode 2. So go print off a grid, stick it to the fridge. Remember? Do that. Go. In this case, okay, we look at our 3 and our 4 times tables. And we keep going until we get the same number. Any ideas? Yeah, I got this great idea. What you do is you get some toast, you butter it, then you stick it to the back of a cat, and then it creates this like paradox and you get a low gravity monorail system. Well, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 3s is 6, then 9, then 12. Oh, 4 times 3 is 12. So our lowest common denominator is going to be 12. What we're going to do now is like a reverse simplification. You need episode 6 for that. 6. Instead of simplifying the fractions, we're going to make it more complex. So, how many times does 3 go into 12? Well, that's 4. Multiply that by the numerator, giving us 4/12. How many times does 4 go into 12? 3. Multiply the numerator by 3, giving us 3/12. So 4/12 plus 3/12 is 7/12. 1/3 plus 1/4 is 7/12. Let's subtract one. Let's say we have 3/5 take away a half. First thing we need to do is find the lowest common denominator. Any ideas? Well, this one's pretty easy. Yeah? It's going to be over 10. 5 goes into 10 twice. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So, here we go. 5 goes into 10 twice, so we multiply the numerator. That gives us 6. 2 goes into 10 5 times, multiply that, gives us 5. 6 minus 5 is 1/10. Okay? Now, improper fractions and mixed fractions follow the same process. You want to try one? Like, do we have a choice? Is there like a button we can press to skip it? Is it like a choose your own adventure, like Bandersnatch or whatever? No? Okay. Come on then. Let's go. Let's say we have 2 7/8 plus 1 2/3. Now we're going to worry about the fraction part first and the whole numbers later on. So we got 7/8 plus 2/3. So we need to find the lowest common denominator of those two things. Let's do our 8 times table. 8, 16, 24. That sounds good. 3 multiplied by 8 is 24. So we got 24 here and 24 here. 8 goes into 24 3 times, giving us 21 over 24. 3 goes into 24 8 times, giving us 16 over 24. Okay, we add those up, we get 37 over 24. Okay, now let's convert that back into a mixed fraction. 24 goes into 37 once, with 13 left over. Then we worry about our whole numbers, plus our 2, plus our 1, gives us 4 and 13 over 24. It's quite a few steps, but you get there in the end. Lastly, let's look at multiplication and division. To multiply fractions, it's quite easy. Let's say we have 3/4 times 2/5. All we do here is we multiply the numerators together and we multiply the denominators together. That's it. Multiplying fractions is pretty easy as long as you know your times tables. Now, dividing is a little bit trickier. Let's say we have 2/3 divided by 4/5. We actually need to do one extra step. What we need to find here is what is known as the reciprocal of this fraction here. To get the reciprocal, we flip this fraction over. So this is the same as this. So we just do it again. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 4 is 12. So the answer will actually be the same.
But Mr. Wilson, what about mixed fractions? How do we do those?
But Mr. Wilson, what about mixed fractions? How do we... I'm getting there, kid. Jeez, calm down. This job's a lot harder than you think. Nice outfit, by the way.
At least one of us looks good in it.
Okay, calm down there, Diva Pool. Don't make me call your mom. We both know she wants me to call, but I'm not looking for anything right now. Okay, so multiplying mixed fractions is a little bit tricky. So let's pick, say, 2.5 multiplied by 3 1/4. Okay? To do this, what we have to do first is convert these into improper fractions. You remember how to do that. So here we go. 2 times 2 is 4. Add the 1 is 5. So that's 5 over 2 multiplied. Here we go. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Add the 1 is 13 over 4. And now we just do 5 multiplied by 13. Can you do that one? That's 65. And then 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Now we can convert this back into a mixed fraction. 8 goes into 65. That's 8 times with 1 left over. So 2 1/4 multiplied by 2.5 multiplied by 3 1/4 is 8 1/8. Now, if we are doing dividing by fractions, mixed fractions, then it's one step further. Let's take the same one. Let's flip it around. Let's go 3 1/3 divided by 2 1/2. Okay, so first things first, convert these into improper fractions. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10 over 3. Divided by, here we go, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Add the 1 is 5 over 2. Now, we find the reciprocal. Remember, we flip this one over. So that is now 10 over 3 multiplied by 2 over 5. 10 multiplied by 2 is 20. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. Okay. Now we can simplify this down. So, let's see. 5 goes really well into that. So we can have 4 over 3. 3 goes into 4 once with 1 left over. So that's going to give us 1 1/3. Okay. So lots to take away from today. Okay. As usual, go practice. Yeah, well, there we go, class. We've come to the end, and I'm sure we can all agree that fractions are fun. Yeah. Hopefully that's the end of those. Yeah. Anyway, don't forget, links to the worksheets are down in the description. Click the subscribe button when it appears. Leave me a nice comment, maybe a joke. I kind of need them. And, if you find some gum on the back of a chair, it's not for chewing. I've been the Merc with the math. See you next time.
This has been a Funkster cosplay production. All characters appearing are fictitious. Please consult a medical professional before ingesting. Individual results may vary. No animals were harmed during the making of this feature, except wasps. F*** those guys.